Hi, I'm Chris, also known as that French bloke. I've just bought this lens. It's a Nikon AI 50mm 1.8. And the first thing that I need to do with this lens is to make sure that it's in good condition. So in this video, I'm going to take you through all the steps needed to make sure that a lens like this works perfectly. I'll tell you more after this. Those old Nikon lenses are very reliable. However, things can go wrong. So make sure when you buy one or when you want to sell one that it's working perfectly. Lenses like that are quite simple. There are only a few functionalities on them. What you have to do is check the focusing. You want to make sure that the lens focuses correctly. You want to check also the aperture ring. You want to check the lenses and the general condition of the lens. First, checking the focusing. What you want to do is to make sure that the focusing ring can turn all the way around. You want to do it several times and you want to feel if there are any places that are a bit harder than others. On this one, I can feel like there is like a hard spot at one point, but it's not too bad, okay? The feeling should be, the ring should be as easy to turn everywhere around. And when I say easy, you want to feel a bit of resistance. You want to feel a bit of oil. Here, it's going very easy, but you can hear some noise. I can feel like basically this lens will benefit from being re-greased. It's not something that I'm going to do. I'm going to set it that way. It's worked fine like that. But to be perfectly honest, it's a bit dry. You should feel it a bit more smooth and oily than that. Here you can hear and feel the metal slipping against the metal, which is not what you want for the focusing ring. Okay? Next is the aperture. So for the aperture, you want to once again make sure that the aperture ring is working all its way. It should not be smooth. You should hear the click like that. Some lenses have been like declicked. Those are for use to some video cameras, but for photo cameras it should be the click should be firm. Okay, so that's fine. What you want to make sure as well is that when you are maneuvering the aperture ring, that the aperture inside the lens is closing and opening. You want all the blade to be opening the same amount. Okay, it should be like as round as possible, the opening in the lens. Note, what I'm saying here is valid for Nikon lenses. It is not valid for like Canon FD lenses. On some other camera like Canon, when you turn the aperture ring, it doesn't change the aperture inside until you take a picture, so you won't see that. So what I'm saying is really for Nikon lenses. And what you want to make sure as well is that all the blades, so you want them clean and dry. You don't want to see any oil on the blade. The focusing ring is greased with a special grease, and what's happened is if it's exposed to heat, this grease will separate and some oil will go away, and if it reaches the blade, you're in deep problem, because those blades are made to move against each other without the need for any oil. And if you have oil on the blade, what it will do is that it will slow down their movement, and that is not something that you want. And that brings us to our next check. You want to check the free movement of the blade. So what you want to do is close the aperture as much as possible. Okay, and then you have to press that lever to open it. Basically, when you're taking the picture on camera, when you are composing, you are looking through that lens, and that lens is full open even if you set it at f22. And when you take picture, what happens is this little lever is released, the aperture is closed down, picture taken, and then this is released again. If you have oil or anything that is slowing down your blade, what's going to happen is they will not have time to close before you take the picture. They might stay like this, and your exposure will be off, and that causes lots of problems. So you want to check that, make sure that it feels snappy, like that. It's perfect. If it's a bit slow to take the picture, then you're in trouble. Okay, so that is the most important check. You want also to check that everything is in good order. You want to make sure that there is no dirt inside. You will always see like some speck of dust. It's not a problem, but you should not see is fungus. I have a video on fungus. If you don't know what fungus is, I suggest that you watch this video to learn more about fungus. That's something that you'll find often in lenses, and it's something that you don't want to find in lenses. You want to make sure that there is no like color changes in the lens, or it doesn't look like, you don't see like a foggy area or anything like that. This one has a filter on it. That's a good thing, because that means that the front lens was protected, but you want to make sure that it's removed freely. It is, and you can see the lens is in very good condition, the front lens, no scratches. You don't want to see scratches either. If you do, well, you need to mention it in your ad. It's not the end of, well, depending on the size of the scratch and the lens, it can hurt the value. It will hurt the value anyway. It's always make sure as well that this ring is perfectly round. Sometimes it gets banged and then you can't put a filter anymore, and that hurts the value too. Okay, here, this surface here could be cleaner. I'm going to clean it before I take picture for the ad. But that's about it. So all in all, this lens is, I would say, in average condition. It's a bit dry. It works fine. The lenses inside are very good. And there are some light trace of use in the paint. But all in all, it's a good little lens for information. I'm going to put it on the market for, I think, 80 euros, and I will accept any offer for 70 euros. What we've seen today is only valid for this type of lens, Nikon AI lens. It's actually valid for more lenses, for most lenses, maybe I would say. But be aware that some other lenses have like some specifics that make it different. I am going to make more videos on how to check other type of lenses. I hope you find this video interesting. Don't forget to like the video, to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.